Is there an issue with OBS? Okay, well, whatever. Okay. Let's see.
Consider it done.
I'll spill your guts.
I will aid you. At once.
You got it.
Get fucking wrecked. That's what's up.
That wasn't so hard.
Alright. I leveled up too. Hey. That's what's up. Hey, look at frost control getting up there already. They're here, weapons up, and remember those no longer with us. Honor them with your courage and prowess. The captain turns to face you as you approach. Fatebinder, we are proper warriors, are we not? This battle should remain between those of us who specialize in dealing death. Let the villagers go. They did not ask for this conflict. Really, the trail of my dead friend says otherwise. What is there to say, Fatebinder, unless it's sorry for all the murderers allowed by a big swig of hemlock? It's too late for words to solve anything. Captain looks expecting their soldiers stand ready, and the muffled cries and sobs of villagers fill the air. It's cold in here right now. Oh, my feet are freezing. Alright. But I try to simple one at that. If any here could stomach life in the chorus or submission to a disfavored work camp, that person already surrendered years back. The folks standing before you are the ones serious about our freedom. As we already reneged on a surrender. I know any deal you've come to offer is just a trap as the Archon's pride demands that they bury us. So sorry, but we've been at this too long. Death or glory. No third option. Kairos ultimatum brings order, while resist unity and prosperity. Like the unity between the disfavored and the scarlet chorus. She throws back her head, issuing a dramatic laugh. That's not the sort of peace we want. Besides, peace is overrated. Peace means tolerating the evil in your neighbor. It is a cowardly dream for those with simplistic notions of the world. But I concede half your point. The thought dawns across her face with a smile. The Avengerian Guard was once simply the army of Apex, but now we have volunteers from all the realms together. All the realms joining our cause. So you're correct about bringing unity. This insurrection is doomed to failure. Why throw away your lives? We have demonstrated that on once vanquished people can rise from the dust and bloody the Archons. If the objective is to send a message to others in the tears, then this has been a resounding success. If I will not have your cooperation, then I will take this village by force. That's about the logic I expect from one Kairos' pawns. The captain points at you. After your blade to the ready, I want this spineless pile of shit off my riverbank. Alright, you fucking cunt. You're about to go down.
Heads up, we have come.
couldn't pierce cloth.
Can't do that. Can't do that.
Smashed to pieces! Let's be off.
Will do.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
On it.
That one.
I'll tear your skeleton out by your ass.
Right.
Come and feast my...
Right. Can't do that.
Pay attention, kids. You might learn something.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
At once.
Take that!
Good work.
Right.
Take me if you...
Bleed out, you little shit.
Sybil can barely summon the strength to crawl, and after several attempts, she slips on her own, pooling blood. She lifts her head to focus on you. She mouths several words, though no cogent sound escapes her mouth until she falls to her knees, embracing her side. Bitter quip. Well done, Fatebinder. If this one survives its wounds, we even have a fresh present of the Archon of Secrets. He did request a personal audience with any leader we can take alive. That's a mighty big if. These southern folk are a sickly bunch. Matthew wags a hand dismissively. Look at her suffer. It's making me sick. I'll kill her and get this over with. Wise choice, my friend. My good Fatebinder. Take this one back to camp and be gentle for a change. If you deliver a corpse to the voices of Nerat, you can expect to share her fate. This Fennec will be trusted with a weapon. Lovely. One of the village locals could have trapped the houses, so too risky to commandeer the site. We should burn the town. We'll cut off support. Send a message, and the smoke signal will give the others a visible rallying point when crossing the Matani. Just waste all that blood and time capturing this place only to just torch it all. Now I adore the mystical power of fire in ways none of you could possibly understand, but even I think there's a time and place for arson. Fatebinder, kindly tell Antio he's free to burn his half of the village. The Scholar Crows would like to keep our half of the spoils, not smoke it. There's too much from these locals, especially after their last deception. The first chance they get, they will turn coat and stab their gang boss in the back. That would only prove our point. These are competent fighters who are better put to work in Kairos' army. No boss who falls to a simple villager deserves to live anyways. We have nothing better to do with our time. The disfavored warrior shakes his head and huff and turns to Scott. And hear that? The chorus just made this town their headache. Now start rounding up your gear. There's lots to do before we rest. Simple sin, dear Faber. Behold to the disfavored pogrom of raised soil. What will remain for us to rule? Bishop claps his hands, raising his voice to address his gangs. Seize this place, search the homes, take all that you can carry, give each survivor a chance at the voice's mercy. But to the ungrateful, be brutal. Faber, you've helped enough. The Iron Marshal has sent word that the Archons are meeting at the disfavored camp and your presence requested. You should make haste back to camp. We'll take it from here.
Right.
Old man Mua. I've already told you I'm not leaving my home. The old man slams his fist together, Francis glaring at you with a startled brow. Oh, you aren't these purple imbeciles, sorry. Didn't mean to yell. My eyesight isn't what it used to be. Name's Mua. Been here since old King Ankh claimed the valley as part of his own. You're at Kairos, right? He jabs his finger at you with a question. And Kairos brings peace, right? Well, I surrender. Now leave me to my home and privacy. And I'm here on my lonesome just fine. I've endured heat waves, breath fever, and flooding, and I'm not worried about children at play. Just hope none of you kids drown in the river and make your parents sad. See if I care. The woman pauses, his mouth contorting to a frown. A garrison? I thought this was just a little pissing match. Soldiers are moving in. Moose shakes a grumbling half pain expression. Good for soldiers demanding room and lodging for the one hospital local. Moose shakes his head. No peace at all. Fine. I'll gather my things. Best be off before the crossing becomes a war camp. Stair door has been locked, but doesn't appear to have been barred on the other side. There's a list on old crumpled paper with very simple items for crafting and repair are crossed out. Most food items remain. Forge bound iron ingots. When barges into the door behind you, you motherless whoremonger, he attempts to usher you away with the pointing end of his walking stick. Get out. I found forge bound iron in one of these barrels. You have a great deal to explain to old man. This is why I say face. That's always the young pushing the old. I had no choice in the matter. Strange men appeared here a fortnight ago. They claim to be supporters of the Venturing Guard, but I've never seen them before. He stands foot in fit. I had no choice. These so-called freedom fighters threatened my life if I didn't comply. Villagers forcing you to help the Venturing Guard sounds suspicious. Exactly, she stumbled upon it just like you did when she was helping fortify the village for an attack like this. She was just surprised, but she happily took it. Have you been listening to the damn thing I've been saying, or do you have shit for ears? His face twitches as his spittle lands on you. That's exactly what I was saying. I don't want any part of this foolish war.
Will do.
Old man deserved it. Doomsday, thanks for the host, brother. Let's see. By the way, how's that character in Battle Right? Cool shit. Here it is. Good thing those birds didn't get their hands on much. That's right. Tammy needs to have this back in her hands. I'll make sure to tell her superior. Tell my superior about what you've done for the Legion. Need something else. Squares. Alright. Hey. Hmm. Nothing here. You don't give these Oathbreakers enough credit. Even beasts can begin. I'm gonna try to read that.
How can we trust your rabble not to turn at this last moment? How many of your conscripts have family bonds to the Vendrian Guard? It is decided. The disfavored will take the vanguard of the assault. It is the only way to assure success before the edict comes to pass.
Graven Ash's roar pulses your eardrums, his face reddening as he yells.
Oh, you're so young. We can forgive you for being stupid. Without your Archon of Stone to bring down those walls, you're out of your element. Only the chorus has the numbers required to swarm the walls from all sides. We will lead the vanguard of this battle.
The best the chorus could accomplish would be leaving a ramp-shaped pile of corpses propped up against the walls for my warriors to use. Their fortifications are not a concern. Even understaffed, my Earthshakers could breach the masonry in short order.
Another brilliant idea. Cairn's cult is, we're sure, every bit as trustworthy and sane as the late Archon of Stone himself. You did notice the spire at the center of the citadel? Hard to miss it, being only the tallest thing on the horizon and such. Certainly your Earth mages won't do anything stupid like, say, breaking the spire's foundation. What could possibly go wrong?
The voices in the rat lazily twirls his scepter. You hear the voices in your head. We love saying that name, Karen, just to watch him squirm. Graven Ash had so much hair back before he met us.
I trust them more than I trust your circus of rapists, sellswords, and turncoat tearsmen.
Archon Ash turns his head, and upon seeing you in the tent, relaxes its posture.
Tunon's Fatebinder has arrived.
The war tent falls silent, and all eyes turn to you expectantly. Our operations in Echo Call Crossing and Trip Nettle Wilderness was successful. Why aren't you two marching toward Ascension Hall?
Nothing would please us more than to be done with this wretched valley. Perhaps if we had more support from the disfavored, and from the court.
Now that we are all assembled, I want reports. The Scarlet Chorus was going to resolve the Oathbreaker presence in the Outer Valley. What became of that?
Yes, what did become of that? We should know already, yet we do not. If we are not mistaken, the Fatebinder played a pivotal role in this operation. Fifth Eye, shed light on this baffling question.
Fifth Eye. The Fatebinder did indeed assist the chorus. In a fashion, the Oathbreakers were cut down, but the Fatebinder's wrath spared none. And Captain Pelox Florian was not taken alive, much to our disappointment. The Fatebinder seems to have applied disfavored justice to Florian. Such a waste.
And look what showing them mercy has done for us. My scouts report seeing chorus thugs fleeing your camp, defecting back to the enemy. They are abusing your mercy, and you either don't notice or don't care. The former is negligence, the latter is treachery.
I was asked to lend a warrior's hand, and did just that. Be grateful or be silent.
Iron Marshal, I understand we've established a foothold across the Matani. Report.
Securing the battalion was a gruesome affair. An agent of the School of Tides still lives, and the river was turned against us. Despite our losses, the day ended in a success at Echo Crossing, though victory came at great cost. When it came time to secure the nearby Echo Call village, there was a distressing discovery. The villagers had been stashing iron weaponry, no doubt stolen from our supply lines. Commander Antio wished to burn the village, but the chorus disagreed, and the Fatebinder backed their claim. Their leader, Captain Matani Sybil, was bested in combat but taken captive by the Scarlet Chorus. Despite the disfavored taking the lead on this operation. What's going on, King? Despite the disfavor taking the lead on this operation, the Fatebinder felt it necessary to apply chorus doctrine to the captives.
A most wise judgment, good Fatebinder. The Oathbreaker captain will no doubt provide hours of entertainment, and perhaps even some useful information.
The voices in the rout hurls the scepter into the air with a loud chuckle, gingerly snatching the scepter out of the air as it falls. You hear the voices in your head. You're on your way to work. Nice job, nice job. I keep forgetting today's Thursday. It's not Friday night. She has been a most delectable treat, that one. So obstinate, so inarticulate in her flailing defiance. Some things are best savored in slow, tantalizing doses. We must thank you once again for delivering her unto us.
This will be just like Stalwart, when your own conscripts chose suicide over service to the chorus. She'll be no different than the others. Petulant, uncooperative, and motivated to feed you false information. The Fatebinder is right. We argue over trivialities when we should be closing the vice on the Oathbreakers. Let us march on the double. The disfavored will lead the charge.
You mean the Scarlet Chorus should lead the charge? Over 2/3 of your legion remains trapped outside the valley. Only the Chorus can bring to bear the strength and numbers this assault requires. Kairos' Day of Swords approaches, and our allies in the disfavored and the court refuse to work with us. There is clearly only one reason for this. Graven Ash and Tunon have allied against us. You conspire to rob us of our deserved glory.
King, by the way, what do you think of the layout? My new overlay for everything. I worked on it. Emerald-colored trails appear in the air as the Archon madly swings the scepter, gesticulating with growing rage. You hear the voices in your head. We see how it really is. You're all against us. Thank you, King. Thank you. I got some new ones too that I made. This one is specific for Tyranny. And then I have a bunch more that I've been working on for other games. So, we'll see. Looking forward to using them. And I'm trying to find a new layout for my podcast. So, we'll see what happens with that too. I haven't found one I like, or I haven't made one I like yet. Still trying to figure that one out.
With whom do you stand?
The voices in the rat's mask tilt sideways as he lurches forward, wagging a scepter at you. Now is not the time for compromise. One of us will have the honor of completing this glorious conquest. We know you will choose wisely. Nah, I haven't found one. So, what I meant by that was, jackass doomsday, is I was looking at different layouts from other people, but I haven't found one that I'd like to even model it after. Because I've seen some, and like they're just so cluttered. But I don't know. We'll see. I might do something as simple as this. I don't know. I'm not sure. I want to say this, but I feel like something bad's gonna happen.
You test my patience, Fatebinder. We
Lost
did not ask for a
everyone.
weak compromise that leaves all parties unsatisfied. Whom do you support? Are you going to let the Scarlet Chorus traitors have their way? Or will you stand by Kairos' true disciples, the
Wow.
disfavored?
Maybe just mess with the one you have now if you like it. I don't really like the current one I have for my podcast. Like, I'm not really liking it. It needs to get updated. Look at dude. I definitely need to update it. So I don't know. I don't really like it. I only did it because, you know, it made sense at the time, but I need to do something completely different.
You honor us, as I knew you would. You have made the right choice. The disfavored have stood at the forefront of battle since the first days of the war, and now we have the honor of winning this final battle.
Graven Ash salutes you, his fist striking his breastplate with a thunderous clatter.
Our beloved chorus! We have too many lives to protect. We can't allow your foolish decision to destroy us all!
A brilliant emerald green radiates from the Archon, and the chatter of a busy marketplace seems to fill the tent. The scepter he normally holds as a playful prop is now clutched as a bludgeon ready to strike. You hear the voices in your head. No, we did not work so hard only to be denied our rightful glory in the end. You will die with the disfavored.
You would dare harm me and our guests from the court?
The air crackles with electricity as Graven Ash lifts his maul to strike. But
By Kairos' word, this means war! How did it come to this?
he roused to consciousness to the sight of Graven Ash swatting his hand toward the thin and green mist where the voices in Rot once stood moments ago.
Yes, and instead of having false allies on our side, at least we can march on the Citadel knowing full well who is friend and foe. And it goes without saying, the disfavored needs you now for this glorious battle. Please speak with the Iron Marshal. She will give you the specifics of our plan. Just old soldier reflexes. Couldn't be sure if it was trying a simple illusion or a bolt of fire. Either way, needed to be sure my guests didn't perish in my war tent. Wouldn't be able to live that one down.
You sure you wish to go to war against the Chorus?
What other choice am I given? It is clear the voices of Narat would endanger all of us out of vanity. Besides, we all know when this war is over, someone must rule and protect the Tears. So I will start protecting the Tears from the depravity of the Scarlet Chorus. The Archon of Secrets left behind one of his spies. Perhaps we should send her back to her master in pieces.
Graven Ash narrows his eyes and points a finger at Verse. Barrick's armor makes a discordant sound of iron bending under pressure. Everyone assembled in the room looks at him.
Something to say, Barrick?
Ash passes his stone shield. A confused look.
Nothing at present, Archon. Forgive the interruption.
Barrett looks to you with a vague hope in his otherwise impersonal stare.
You would harbor the Archon's henchmen in your company? This is aiding and abetting the voices of Narat. I cannot stand for it. You are playing a dangerous game, Binder. If you wish to hold a venomous serpent so close, I will allow you your own self to... Now leave me. When you are ready to join the assault, speak to the Iron Marshal.
At your service, Fatebinder. What do you need? What did you have in mind?
The time is upon us. Iron Marshal Aranios nods at you with a serene smile. We watch on Vendrian's well to show the Tearsman the price of insurrection. She looks in either direction, surveying the movement of ironclad warriors readying for battle. Kairos' edict will soon come to bear, and we should move at once, Fatebinder. If you are willing, I could use your assistance. We are a tight-knit band, and while we are not outclassed, we are outnumbered. Will you march to battle with us? The Overlord brings peace. This sort of disorder runs against the harmony Kairos gives us. We will answer for our actions in due time, but for now, our survival hinges on taking Ascension Hill. Killing the Scarlet Courts is self-defense by any measure. Our forces are assembling as we speak. We will meet you at the Citadel. Graven Ash protects. She offers a firm salute, then turns to her troops. What up, Game Tease? How's it going, man?
At your service, Fatebinder. What do you need?
Lynch stopped his stride, darting his hands out of his bandolier belt as he softly mouths off a mental inventory of his inks and quills. When at last he shares his possessions are in place, he looks up at you with a smile. Understandable request, let's see. Born in Sunder, no kids, what few longings of fatherly love I've got in my heart is satisfied by taking care of carrier birds. Learned my sigils and spells about 30 years back, and being able to defend myself has opened a life of field study. And haven't grown tired of the wandering just yet. I've written on all manner of subjects, magic, birds, language, geometry, but my main focus has been chronicling. I find there's no finer pursuit than recording the events of our times. There will always be legends of what happened. Someone ought to be making note of the real thing. Aside from that, I don't know. I practice centering stance, draw portraits, make my own inks, and have a sharp aversion to autobiography. I'm about as boring as watching coral grow. When the Vellum Citadel was set up land by Kairos' edict, I fled as fast as my knees would carry me. Every direction seemed a bad idea, but heading to Vendriel's well seemed the least suicidal option. Mind you, I was laboring under the misconception that the Vendrian Guard had surrendered and the fighting in the valley had stopped. Looking first at his left arm, then his right, he reads the assorted notes inked across the skin. Ah yes, the 7th of sparring. That's when I crossed the mountains. That would be 2 days. 3 days after the Vendrian Guard jettisoned their surrender and claimed the citadel in the valley. The Vendrian Guard nabbed me and several other sages moving through the valley. The other sages were sympathetic to the Vendrian Guard. As for me, I just agreed so as not to get everyone killed. I think defying the Overlord is a really slow and stupid form of suicide. Tell me about your magic. My major areas of focus have been preservation, concealment, and healing. Arts that have served me well in this newfound life as a peripatetic prey animal. The sages study all kinds of magic, but as a chronicler, I wanted magic that would help me see more, archive more, protect objects of historical value. Seeing as I feel like an old relic in need of some protection, my skills suit me well. Sure, I can show you how to blend your own inks, train birds to think you're their mom, how to turn a goat into parchment, but I'm sure you'd prefer to learn some magic. If the school of Eden Quill still mattered, I'd maybe be more tight-lipped, but if you're going to travel together, you should know how to mend wounds, especially if I'm killed. Really excellent, but if you have a few hours, I could show you the basic healing magic, or at least how I learned it. If it is a long quill and a couple of pieces of parchment with several quick strokes of the quill, he inks the pattern on the page. We'll start with first principles. When mending wounds and easing pain, we invoke the magic of the orphan midwife, Archon of Rebirth. By invoking her sigil, we channel her mastery, however briefly, through our hands. Now trace the sigil, following the lines in order I sketched them. Youth and confidence. Where you find one, you have to find the other. And let me tell you one thing I know for sure. Hebrews and magic don't mix. Still, if you're eager to learn, that's music to my ears. Since this isn't your first cantrip, I'll move a little quickly, but I think you can keep up. Lanchi walks you through countless repetitions of the signing the mystic sigil. For hours, you wave your hand in the air to no effect, until at last, you sign the power in air and feel a rush of power through your veins. And so if you need to heal pain as opposed to purge an infection, you'd move your hand like so, but you know, that's enough for now, and I think the rest you can figure out on your own. For hundreds of years, the sages have been devoted to the collection and preservation of knowledge. We are scholars, bookmakers, archivists, and students of the mystic and the mundane alike. The wisest of our guild, not that I truly belong in that category, are versed in sigils and spellcraft. As usual, with the strokes of the bound sail, the sages have been scattered to the winds. There were once more sages than I could name. Many have died or been taken prisoner by Kyros's forces. What'd you roll in the guild? Soon it's that. I can't deny this is the burgers, but the alternative was to starve until and maybe lose my head. I realize this is an offense to Overlord, but it's not like I increased their odds of winning it in any significant way.
I've got it.
Alright. Go.
The Iron Marshal is just ahead of us. We should confer with her.
Iron Marshal Aranios. Fatebinder, come this way. The Iron Marshal welcomes you with a clattering salute. The enemy left only a pittance of soldiers to slow our advance. The majority of their warriors are holed up within the citadel. No use trying to lure them out. We have to bring the fight inside. That wall, she points north, is where the Earthshakers are focusing their magic. They cannot afford to be imprecise with their tremor sigils with the spire so close. We will need to contend with the defenders' mages if we're to crack the perimeter. The enemy sages are working some sort of protective magic that's keeping the wall held together. I need you to silence this resistance. Head east and secure a way over the wall. My troops aren't dressed for scaling. Kill the sages, the Earthshakers will clear the way, and we'll meet you inside. Alright, Doom. Have a good one, bruh. I'll catch you tomorrow. We'll play something. Now go with the glory of Kairos. If you are wounded in battle, come see me.
Come at me, grave meat.
Right.
Here we go.
I'll take care of it.
I'm not dead.
I see you there.
Take that. On it.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
For the glory of Kairos! Take me if you can.
Damn.
Punks.
I'd say that's worth a second glance.
To battle! On it.
Sir? Can't do that.
Are you afraid of death, worm?
Damn thing couldn't pierce its lock.
Can't do that. Right. Will do.
Pay attention, kid.
Afraid of heights? I just need a foothold to get over that wall.
Ah, got it. I've got it. To battle! Right.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Bleed out, you little shit!
On it.
You got it.
I'll take cover.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
Take that!
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
Smashed to pieces! On it. Will do. Take me if you can! On it.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
I got it. I got it. Oh!
shit. Since Ascension Hall is ours alone for the taking, the fifth eye swings his spear and broad arch as he roars in his cracking tenor. Withdraw once before you feel the weight of 1,000 quarters, blades, and bludgeons. Iron Marshal Arios. No sooner would a family of maggots beat a pack of wolves than the disfavored commander beckons the Scarlet Horse forward. Come, I'll take you 5 at a time just to make things fair. We'll stall them. You make a break for the intersect them. Alright, here we go. Here we go.
Right.
They're here. They breached the perimeter. They're in the keep. Listen, show a warning soon. The Oathbreaker falls back deep into the keep.
Heads up, we have company.
Alright. Sage in the back. You take out this dude first. Who did I just tell? No.
Bleed!
Take me if you can!
She got wrecked. You need to go up and handle this guy. Zanil, back you up.
Will do.
Bleed out, you little shit!
I got it.
You got it.
Good work.
Damn thing couldn't pierce flesh.
I got it. On it.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
On it. Right. I got it. Right. Trouble is afoot. I will aid you.
I leveled up.
Take that!
These guys are just getting wrecked.
Take me if you can! I got it.
You see that?
On it. To battle! Are you... afraid of death, worm?
Bleed out, you little shit! I'll tear your skeleton out by... ass.
This is useless. Will do. I'd have it no other way. This is useless. I should try something else. Right. I got it. Ah, got it.
Well. Damn that guy. Alright, let's see. Force. Channel arcane using magical forces that push and knock enemies to the ground. Many mage goes throughout the force. Impact, okay, so concussive bolt. So let's see. Bolt, rhyme spike, false pit, bust. A little bit of heals. Let's see. These are what I need.
Yes.
Another battle!
Everything hurts!
Damn thing couldn't pierce the glass.
Alright. Boom.
I'll take care of it.
Are you afraid of death, worm?
You're not going anywhere.
I'll take care of it.
You got it.
This is useless. I should try something else. This is useless. On it.
My armor feels... Light
I'm on it.
I'd have it no other way.
This is useless. I should try.
Oh, everything hurts!
I got it.
I'd have it. No other way.
Will do. Will do.
I can't move! That's how it's done!
I got it. I got it.
Here we go. Tarkazari. So, you are the vanguard of Kairos' conquest? Not as tall as I imagined, but we can't all choose our executioners. Already, word of our defiance spreads throughout the lands. You're 7 kinds of stupid if you think our war ends here. Before you stands Captain Tarkasari, de facto leader of the dwindling Vendrian Guard. Short, sunburned, agitated even when standing still. Her body is a compact sculpture of muscle and bone, and her face is short on symmetry thanks to the scars and dents of a dozen brushes with death. Though our lives will certainly end here in Ascension Hall. Though your lives, she chortles, pointing upward to the ceiling at stone arches somehow supporting the massive weight of the spire overhead. Consider yourselves fortunate. Some of the finest rulers of Apex met death by duel in this hollowed hall. Truly, there's no finer place to settle an intractable feud. Sisters, brothers, Arya looks back to her cadre of soldiers with a solemn nod. It has been a privilege to lead and an honor to share in your final days. Taking a deep breath, she turns to you, waiting silently. Sage amidst a nervous cough and glances up with a concern. After a short moment of hesitation, Sage runs for the exit. Good. No one want the fucking Sage there. That's amazing. Get back here, Ari shouts as the fleeing Sage, but no avail. What was I thinking bringing cowardly scribes to a sword fight? Ed was right about the lot of you. Sisters, brothers. Oh, well, okay, same thing. What did you hope to gain from your rebellion? Nothing that we haven't already gained. Our pride, our dignity, these things you can never take from us. She smiles, her eyes distant for a moment. The Vendrian Guard could never stand against all of Kairos' forces, but we can teach others to resist, and maybe you'll run out of soldiers before we run out of stubbornness. But I doubt it. You already use Kairos' currency, speak the language, military control is a formality. All around to death because of your pride. But that's, Ari stammers, swatting it there. That's just sophistry. Kairos speaks our language, not the other way around. Besides, that proves nothing other than common history. Lantry. But the Fate Monitor is saying that Kairos is not just one enemy, but a massive force that can reach you even in times of peace. Armies and edicts are just 2 of the bloodier ways Kairos can control you. Seems you're upsetting amount to nothing but dead kingsmen. And what did taking Vendrian's will cost you? How many disfavored corpses rust in the valley? How many choirmen fell to your fellow blades? How goes the endless battle of the Blade Grave? While you deal with us here, I can't talk today. I can't do anything right. And tell me, are the Archons unified in victory? Did the armies bond the camaraderie over our deaths? Our stand here is the first of your problems. You've traded your kinsmen to slow the inevitable, nothing more. We demonstrated that the armies of Kairos could be shamed by stubborn peasants. The Overlord's empire is vast, his armies numerous, his magic unstoppable, yet he cannot destroy our fighting spirit. Hardly the show of force I expect from a truly fearsome Overlord. Verse. I hope that argument keeps you warm in the emptiness of the void, guardsman. Any last words? Yes. Breast Malcorza. Tell the voices in the route we are most thankful for his aid. We would not have made it this far without his support. Alright. Well, I don't know what you're doing out here. That's where you
Another battle!
Will do.
Come and feast my iron!
Useless. I should try something else.
Bleed out, you little shit.
Take that!
I'll tear your skeleton out by your ass. Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
On it.
Are you afraid of death, worm?
Right.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
This weapon is entirely worthless. Will do.
Admit that from the record.
Right.
At once.
That's how it's done.
This weapon is entirely
Are
worthless.
you afraid of death? Worm?
This is useless. I should try something else. On it.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
Will do.
That's how it's done.
Bleed out, you little shit.
Take that!
Get it. Worthless gnats, we may die, but others will follow our example. Mark my words. The captain coughs up blood. Iron Marshal Aranios, you've bested their leadership. Most impressive. Remind me never to underestimate the skills of a fate binder. and your help was pivotal. Graven Ash will soon be hearing an earful about your skill and courage. The clatter and madness of boots has finally ceased. Ascension Hall is for a moment tranquil. A pox take your children. Ari slumps to a crouch, her body trembling from injury and fatigue. With those words of defeat, the burning hum you've heard in your head for days on end tapers off into nothing. Your mind returns to a state of quiet you have not felt since before you proclaimed the edict upon Vendrian's well. I lay claim to Ascension Hall. Let us be free of this edict. Feel a tug in your chest as a warm energy begins to form around you. Before you know it, you feel as if you are lighter than air. Blink away the last of the luminescent trails in your field of vision. The masonry of Ascension Hall is replaced with wide open space in every direction, save for the slab of ancient stone beneath your feet. High winds shove you, pushing you off balance. The air is cool and thin, unsatisfying to your lungs. Lantry, is this? Lantry looks out to the horizon, wide-eyed with excitement. Yes, this must be the mountain spire. When was the last time? Lantry's eyes look down over the ledge, dumbstruck by the vertical plunge. Lantry backs away from the edge. I may need to retch. Verse, this is certainly a change. And ruffles feathers and hair, and Verse quickly smooths them down. Damn cold change. Peers over the edge. Think I could land on my feet if I jumped? Not that it would matter for long. Barrick, Kairos, be merciful. What now? Barrick spins around on his feet, looking about, trying to take in as much as he can through the narrow visor of his helmet. Everywhere you look, mountains rise up along a distant horizon. The rivers and forests below bring to mind maps of Vendrian's well, and you quickly trace the Mittani, the Iranev, and all the numerous waterways of the region. Higher than you imagined it, this is indeed the pinnacle of the spire of Vendrian's well. Tarkazari, how did we get all the way up here? Ares strains to stand up, clutching her side. Iron Marshal Aranios. Another question, how in the name of Graven Ash do we get down? The Iron Marshal walks to the edge, trembling a half-pace before she peers downward. The warriors below must be sensing that the edict has ended. We should be down there, by their side. Much as I would relish the opportunity to fight alongside this favored right now, I cannot begin to imagine the chaos unfolding beneath their feet. Bear clenches his fists with a squeal of metal and turns away. This is no longer strictly a military experiment. You take a breath and sift through what just happened. You would claim this place for Tunon? That would actually be a strategic advantage for the disfavored. We can't spare the soldiers to garrison this place, yet we'd like to deny the chorus every foothold possible. I will happily counsel Graven Ash to support this claim. That was a worthy battle. Not since Stalwart have I seen such courage, such determination. Oh, but the siege needed you spans. Oh, but the siege needed you spans ago. I'm about to deliver your auspicious message to the person, but she points down the ledge. I think the blast magic from the spire and the edict's end should have been clear to everyone. but Graven Ash will want to know you are safe. Go through that portal and report to Graven Ash. Then return to me with any news. No telling how stable it is, but look closely and you'll see images of Ascension Hall in the haze. Well, if you have trained eyes, that is. Of course, even if it's not stable, the alternative is jumping, so what do we have to lose? Oh, how did I not notice that? Assuming this takes me back to Ascension Hall, I'll carve a path to Ash and let him know the score. Glory to Kairos. Thank you for being the edge of our blade. We've been short-handed ever since we took the Gates of Judgment. These Oathbreakers fight well above their station. Without you and my vanguard, this would have been a bloodier day. There's no telling if we would have seized Ascension Hall in time. Nerat's treachery means war. I trust we will be able to rely on your continued support in the coming trials. No doubt I'm the very definition of an enemy of the Overlord. I didn't just resist, I led others into resistance, so I know what's about to happen. But I know when I've met my match, and like most folk, I'll do whatever it takes to live. If you will show me mercy, I will pledge my life to you, good Fate Bender. Fate Binder. I know I'm an Oathbreaker, so my word isn't what it used to be, but I promise if you spare me, I will serve you well. Because I'm all out of reasons to fight you. Avenging Guard and the School of Tides are no more, leaving me with no loyalties or ties to, well, anyone. When it's all about like Kairos' minions eventually, right? I would die before swearing fealty that the voices of Nerat and Graven Ash would kill me in a heartbeat. If I am to serve anyone in this new order, it should and must be the Archon of Justice. You are the only servant of Tunon I can think of to ask. Let me go, I'm gone. Gone from this battle, gone from the tears. I'll never harm another servant of Kairos for the rest of my hermit life. But mercy has a price. What will stay your hand if not my service? Is it wealthy as are? I have plenty stashed out the tears. I can lead you to it. I, Eva the Tidecaster, do hereby pledge my life and loyalty to Zana Core. He dips in a short bow before meeting your eyes with a trembling smile. I will serve and obey until such time as I am freed from my obligations. Avengers well has fallen. For the second time since the conquest began, Kairos' armies take the citadel from its defenders. With your help, the Vendrian Guard rebellion has been crushed. You claimed Ascension Hall with your disfavored allies, satisfying the terms of Kairos' baleful edict. You and the forces of Kairos are free from the Overlord's death sentence. With the threat of execution no longer looming overhead, the Overlord's armies turned their attention away from the citadel and toward each other. The tensions that flared over the long siege reached an explosive crescendo as the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus armies clashed iron and bronze in a hasty, disorganized battle. As his forces were cut down, the forces of Nerat and his officers escaped to the Stone Sea, leaving the conscript army to carry on their battle against the disfavored. In the aftermath, the disfavored broke camp and withdrew to their fortress in the Blade Grave. There to regroup and prepare for the extended campaign against the Scarlet Chorus. Having taken Vendrian's well for yourself, Archon Graven Ash recognized your lawful claim to rule and occupy the spire. As days passed, the wounded and injured were nursed to health. You explored your strange bastion and planned your next steps with careful deliberation. As word spreads that the Scarlet Chorus and Disfavored turned on each other, factions once resolved to bend the knee are inspired instead to continue fighting. The Archon's feud has heralded the collapse of Kairos' offensive. Tunon, the Archon of Justice, observes the chaos and discord spreading across the land. The Archon summons his Fatebinder to return to court at the Bastard City and report on his actions in Vendrian's Well. Iron Marshal Enrios. Civil War. What a shame that it descended into this. Archon Ash will want to meet and discuss the next steps. Best that you regroup in Iron Hearth and gather your strength and regroup, but don't leave the Archon waiting. Barrack, send Ash my regards. The General has done much for me, and I wish he was here to see this. I'll join the Archon at Iron Hearth after I speak with Tunon. That would be best. It's not enough that we're fighting 2 wars. Now we have this to puzzle through. Don't envy your position. See you at Iron Hearth. The dizzying energy from the spire falters. Whatever force awoken the powers that reside here gutters and fades. The faint hum persists in the sculpture of the center. That's odd. There was a portal here a moment ago, but it seems to have vanished. Look around for a solution.
On it.
On closer inspection, a series of symbols carved around the base of the structure come into view. One symbol pulses with a blue-white glow. The pattern resembles the glowing lines of light seen on the floor of Ascension Hall moments before you found yourself transported above the clouds. As you stare at the symbol, the chill of the wind abates and your chest swells with warmth. The air finally feels welcoming, your lungs sated at last. And be careful going any closer. This whole tower is humming with energies that we don't understand. Lantry holds his quill poised above a sheet of parchment with anticipation now. I didn't say back away. Let's find out what it does. Just be cautious. You staked your claim on the tower and everything in it. Whatever that sculpture is, it belongs to you. I feel dizzy. Do you feel dizzy? The surface of the stone orb trembles at your words. For a brief moment, the solid rock undulates. The same motion as a quiet pond rippled by rain. An echo bounces back from far. Your voice distorted and unfamiliar. Is this thing? Your voice from over there. It sounded like song. The sculpture is once again still. There is a rush warmth. There is a rush warmth through your body, a jolt of enervation that steadies your balance. A barrage of tactile sensation floods your mind as you feel footsteps and wind, but not on your face or your limbs. A moment later, the flood of information begins to make sense. You are feeling the wind against the spire, and even the weight of your own feet, as if the spire were a second spine. With this connection made, you feel your awareness pull from this place, not as a traveler, but as one glimpsing the world from impossibly far away. In this moment, there is nothing you cannot see, though you see it nearly all at once in a flood of sensation that is difficult to parse. You see a spire at the crossing of an ancient stone structure, 2 walls extending off into the distance. At the base of this eternal spire, settlers and merchants act in every way unconcerned, toiling under the observation of unforgiving taskmasters. As the shadow of the spire falls over them, the mood changes. The settler pause in shared unease and look up at the sky towards you. Some of the faces looking at you are familiar, and you recognize this place as Lethian's Crossing, where you served during the war. Near this settlement built at the joining of the ancient walls, you see a breach in the massive masonry, a cleft into the forbidden hidden realm within the old walls. Drift into the old wall's entrance. Shadows envelop you, muting all sound and vision with a slight delay. There is a feeling of perversion, of wrongness. Whatever arcane power is allowing your senses to drift free of your body seems to falter in this place. Figures haunt the stone walls, drifting emanations of cloud, claw, and fang. They pay you no heed, but you fear them all the same. In the depths of this forbidden place, the deepest chamber is bathed in light. An arcane symbol illuminates the floor, though the details hurt your eyes when you focus. With a gentle tug, your focus pulls back to a new horizon, though it takes you a moment to recognize it as Vendrian's well. You've returned to the awareness of your immediate surroundings. The effect leaves you unsteady on your feet. Drift closer to the spire. The spire feels familiar to the one you now occupy, though instead of radiating arcane life, it reeks of dust and crumbling stone. A branch withering once pulled from its tree. It reaches for you with a barely perceptible tug. The link between you and the spire recedes. The arcane bond is still present, but the mystical energies for the moment are quiet. Your body flooded with excitement and fatigue. It's unclear whether the mystic connection is strengthening you or siphoning. The tower offers nothing by way of answer, and you know that asking would only yield more silence and mystery. The deluge of sensation is over, but the positions of the other spires still linger in your mind. From your vantage point atop the mountain spire, you can easily spot the mysterious structures, each of them rising high above their distant surroundings. Did you sense that? Lantry signs a long sigil in the air, squinting at you as he works his cantrip. The ripples are everywhere. When you move, the magic of this place stirs and churns. That portal over there, those burning braziers, they all grow more intense as you approach. I think it's responding to your presence. Verse. Before you get ahead of ourselves, it's worthwhile remembering that you ended Kairos' edict. That's no small feat. Maybe your connection to this place is related? Either way, it sounds like something for the arcane-minded to investigate. Be sure to see me after your audience with Tunon. We cannot let the Scarlet Chorus gain hold in the tears. Together we will wipe them from the land. Come to me as soon as you can, Figbinder. We have a lot of work to do. Agent, define Mr. Spice. Maintenance costs none. Revos, a merchant with a motley collection of items for sale. Revos will create camping supplies periodically.
So if I might ask, what is your plan now? The edict no longer looms overhead, and Kairos' conquest of the Tears seems to be slipping, what with the armies and civil war. I would counsel you to do just that. I'm sure the events of Vendrian's Well are best explained from your mouth to Tunon's ears. Furthermore, I'd guess the Archon of Justice would want to know your take on the Archons and their divide. My first suggestion would be to build a boat. Something durable, and take our chances on the high seas far from Kairos. I have a second and more practical suggestion. Look to the horizon and slightly up. By that I mean the other spires. We should see what's atop the others. Otherwise, someone else might look first. Queens and kings of past ages have claimed the spires in the sense of, hey, look, I put up a scaffold and hung a banner 1/10 of the height of a spire. But that's nowhere near the same thing as what we all just saw. So I say, let's see if the other spires react to you the same way this one does. If we don't, I'll take that as your way of saying you suffer from debilitating acrophobia. Then you have my full support. The Scarlet Chorus has grown in the years of conquest. Among the Horde are Tearsmen fighting because they felt there was no choice, as well as Tearsmen fighting to watch their homeland burn. It pains me we will have to slay some of the former. Well, short of Tunon giving you orders on pain of death, you have the luxury of acting on your own volition, though the Scarlet Chorus are likely to come for you. Whatever you decide, I'm at your disposal. And I am thankful to not be a bloody pile of offal in Vendrian's Well. Life under your banner will, I'm sure, prove most interesting. What is it you need? Ask away. You know, I normally charge for this, but for you... Now, you know that's a very personal question. The knowledge I have is a centuries-old gift from the Archon of Tides. I would sooner discard my life than the sanctity of that gift. I will speak in generalities only. Ask away. Ask away.
No, this is what we're calling it. Alright, it has been real, people. We streamed for 8 hours. And I'm very tired. We'll pick up tomorrow. But until then, I will see you all on the dark side.